So I've been having this conversation with a frog. I looked at him and I said, "Ribbit." And he looked back at me and he said, "Seems kind of like a one-sided conversation. Gold mining."
So there you go. I'd finally lost my mind, but you'll see. It was the rain's fault. So it occurs to me while watching this footage that it was never really intended for YouTube. As far as mining goes this year, I just don't have enough video of me shoveling into a high banker to make a mining video. But what I think I can do is I can show what it's like to actually be out there. And I was considering doing it with a slideshow, like this beautiful double rainbow being out in nature. Or showing you the camp I stayed in that was just so ridiculously green. Granted, it rained for a week to make it that green. And of course, I would have to show you lots of pictures of gold. But while I will at the end of this video show you some mining, so you can skip ahead to that, I think what this footage best demonstrates is what it's like to be completely alone with your car parked halfway into a river at a makeshift boat launch with absolutely nobody around, and your engine doesn't start. I could have cut this clip, but just watching it, it really brings me back, and maybe it'll help bring you there as well. So stick around, and we're going to see what it's like behind the scenes, trying to mine for gold as a small-scale prospector. Well, I hadn't started it up in a while. I think it was like flooded or something. But yeah, that's how I got it into the river by myself this time. I haven't had any luck finding gold yet. About 20 colors in one pan. This thing has just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and sort of coming over my head. If you look up, look at all those bugs up there. They don't seem to be stinging me, but there's a lot of them. I'm sort of trying to see if it's going to go slightly sideways or come straight at me. And then it's time to check this gravel bar. I'm going to walk along here about 100 feet in each direction and see if there's any leads.
turns out that it did come straight for me. And now I'm hiding under a tree with a gold pan on my head. Just waiting for this part to pass. Got a rainbow. We got a sunset. Just floating my boat down the river. Gonna get myself over there and give that a shot, and then fire up the engine and head downstream. It's starting to rain on me. Set up my tent, and then maybe I'll come back out and do a little bit more when I'm wearing rain gear. I'm just walking around the rain because that's what I do. It's a little side channel, really warm water. There's these just little schools of tadpoles. Saw a frog earlier too.
So there it is, 2.17 grams of ultrafine flour gold. And while it looks good in the vial, and I love watching it go through that cleanup sluice, it's hardly paying for gas for a weekend's worth of effort. So it was time to head out to BC, see if there's bigger, better gold to be found. And on the way out to Quesnel, found this incredible tree.
It's a little 2-kilometer round trip. And this here is called the Big Tree. And so basically this is me inside a little nook in a tree that is in fact a big tree. Yeah. Definitely one of those examples of you hear about it and then you see it. So every time I drive through here, I like to stop by and stretch my legs. It's an 8-hour, 9-hour drive. Smells great. And man, it's a bit of a hill to get here. Burns the lungs. Off I go. Got a nice supply of fresh water. Hanging out under a tarp here. Forecast basically says rain for the next 3 days. And somehow I got to dry clothes out in between work and mining. And I'm here on purpose. There you go. Gorgeous. Just I need more tarps so I can put a clothesline under it. Oh, there you go. Gonna have a nibble and then head downriver.
So I've been having this conversation with a frog. I looked at him and I said, "Ribbit." And he looked back at me and he said, "Seems kind of like a one-sided conversation. Gold mining."
That rain will drive anyone crazy. It was a really rich claim that I was lucky enough to get invited out to. So we did find a decent amount of gold in the cleanups, despite all of the rain.
Just watching all the gold go down the hole. Drop onto this plate. Slowly fill the sluice.
That was the most gold that I'd ever found on a trip gold mining. My take, that 23.6 grams, by the time it was totally cleaned out, worked out to 18 grams of clean gold. Granted, that was a 10-day trip from door to door and about 20 hours of driving and fuel. So the real value from that trip came from when the sun finally came out and we realized that we were camped in the middle of a field of wild raspberries. So I just went out and I picked an entire handful of them, and they never tasted so good. Next up, my next trip to BC was in the fall just before freeze up. It was time to throw a few more shovels through that high banker.
I'm absolutely wrecked. Whew. Only been digging about 3 hours today. It's been hard digging big rocks. It's been raining on and off all day, so nice and wet. But at least I can look forward. Right now I'm just sort of chilling in my camp chair here. Tonight I get to have a nice warm shower, put my feet up, except I'm living in there. Living in the car. Oh, I guess no shower tonight, but I'm having a shower right now anyways. Got a little fire going down here, and then that's the hole that I was just digging into the high banker. So we'll have a look. Doesn't appear to be too much. I mean, there's a little fleck of gold there. Got a nail, little pellet. So time to do a clean out, see if what's in there can cheer me up a little bit, and then it's time to dig this area here, which I had a fire in yesterday to thaw out, and then when this fire is done I can continue working that way. Welcome to November mining. It's been raining, had a little break in the rain, so I got started digging down there, crawled out of the car. So hopefully this rain blows over, and but in the meantime I just throw my rain jacket on, and then when I'm digging I just dig a little slower so I don't sweat as much and get soaked from the inside out, because I don't really have a place to dry things off, so I gotta be careful with that. But yeah, right back to work now, and hopefully find some gold.
Some of these cleanouts, it looks really good seeing some of that chunky gold in the pan. But gold mining is just so expensive when it comes to the fuel to get out there and actually mine. One of the things I like to do is when I'm driving through Revelstoke, and gas is so expensive in Revelstoke, they've got these Tesla chargers out there. And it takes a little bit of work to figure out exactly where to put it, but if you plug in your car, you can end up saving a lot of money on fuel. So that's one of the tips I like to do when it comes to getting to and from the river. Here's an image of all of the gold that I've found up to the point of filming in this video. And while it looks really nice having it all lined up together like that, the real value is in the memories. Some memories are hard work, but other memories are after a day of mining when the sun comes out and you just go for a dip in that ice cold water. It feels so refreshing. So I want to show that to some of my friends and just give them a little taste of what it's like to be gold mining, even when I'm back in Calgary.
So how was it? Not my favorite thing. Awesome. Come here. Good boy. Oh yeah. Woo! It's a beautiful thing. Just going here for a little float. Bow River, November 30th. Calgary, Alberta. You guys should come visit. It's a beautiful place. Woo!
That's up to Wim Hof standards.